you got a lot of shit that you want to get off your chest.
Yeah, I got some items.
Because now you can talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Now it's not the constraints of parole and trying to make sure that, when people Google you, the shit ain't fucked up and all of that. Now you can really say what you mean.
Indeed.
So with that being said, so
I'm holding court, you standing trial. Why ain't I see you round back when I was down?
And I don't want to stir the pot, but I'm gonna keep it 100 because we fam. So I know you, Bo, and Lynch are on the same page now. It's all love now, which is beautiful. The hip hop world is loving that, and we can't wait to see what y'all, got coming. But even more so, what it means to the community of Sacramento.
Absolutely.
And what it represents.
Yeah.
But I have to apologize because I know when I had the brother Bo, who I consider, fam as well, we were speaking about, his experience with you, and just that whole dynamic. And, you and I had some conversations, and you took umbrage with just the way some things were painted, that you weren't able to speak on. But I want to give you a chance to kind of clear up, some things that were somewhat misrepresented, not knowing if it was on purpose, but it was a little ripple effect after that interview.
Yeah, just a little bit. I think that what I'll say, especially in relation to Bo, like the big homie got us on the phone. He was always, I think one of our best conversations was me, you, and Bo together on the phone.
Accountability conversations. Owning your shit, bro. Love, bro. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was beautiful. And so that led to a few different things. T Nutty and Bo ended up doing a show together. And, T Nutty, my baby boy, you know what I mean? Put him in the game, have always been there with him and advocating for him, anything I could do. So, Nutty and Bo having their conversations, like, let's go, man. What are we doing? I think a lot of the division had to do with the Mozzie no jumper interview, I think it was. That kind of had a lot to do with it. I think me and Bo disagreed on how I perceived what Mozzie was saying. Bo didn't like that. He took it as I didn't take his side. And it wasn't more so that I didn't take his side. I just didn't perceive the offense the same way that he did. I didn't see it to be an offensive thing. So that caused a little bit of division. I think mainly it was a matter of, we grown men.
Right.
And people had hurt, you could do something that could hurt somebody's feelings. And we gangsters. So it's like my brother's a G. You ain't, man, you hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
It was funny, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you on the phone, he was trying to get through that. Man, you hurt.
Yeah.
Man, you hurt my feelings.
That's maturity to be able to do that. Yeah.
I said, I apologize, man. I
yeah.
apologize. So we did get to have a conversation about that because it wasn't just about if I believed that Mozzie was saying something different than what he believed, but more so that just it feel like I didn't have the support I'm supposed to have. You know what I mean? So I can understand that in my quest for us to be communicating correctly and what I want for Sacramento, not just Garden Block. I want for my city to be on, but that got to be first and foremost my section is my first concern. You can put the mask on yourself, you take care of your people, and then we could look around and see what we can do with everybody else. So that's kind of where I'm at. I love the health of Sacramento hip hop right now. It matters to me that we have a healthy culture, that people have an opportunity to do this at the highest levels. And so I think that's kind of where I was coming from. And I think some people was coming from things that I couldn't know being separate from the ground. And so we just coming from two different places. And I feel like we got through that. I think the only thing I didn't like and the way that I'll address that is, so there's the story of I leave the Sacramento County Jail in 1996. And prior to leaving the county jail, me and Bo were together. So Bo's in 200 pod. I'm actually in 300 pod because they house you according to offense. So 100 pod is traffic tickets, drunk drivers, people, nobody got hurt. 200 pod is somebody might have got hurt, but they didn't need a suture or no suture, stitches, staples.
Right.
And then 300 pod is people got hurt, maybe they didn't live, whatever. So I'm in 300 pod. I'm already convicted and I'm on my way to prison. been rapping and, going to see Bo because I had juice. And I'm X-rated in the Sacramento County Jail, bro. Right? So the doors open all day. If I go walking 200 pod, man, open this door, they going to open that door. And I'm in the pod busting rhymes on Bo's door. And they could hear it. They got the speaker on. The police is just as much as fans as everybody else. They from Sacramento. They got X-rated and Sebo spitting rhymes together. This is a movie, you know what I mean? So I'm on the door and I'm busting rhymes and shit. And so yeah, me and Bo was really kicking it prior to me heading out to our Triple C and then ultimately to Tracy. And so I actually got convicted and was about to be sentenced. So I was waiting for sentencing. So Bo gets in an argument with somebody. I'm in the day room cleaning the clippers. And I got the barber saw and I see Bo turn around and start talking to somebody. And I see this dude come circle around. So I start heading to the door. Like, I know this nigga ain't finna try and jump the homie. And I pull the pod door open and I walk in the pod. And as I do, the dude steps up on the couch, like behind Bo. And he's about to kick him. And I splash him with the barber saw and piece him up. Bop, bop, bop. And Bo just got on him and we packed this dude out. And I'm in a pod I'm not supposed to be in. So I get arrested. I got arrested and charged with assault with a weapon. And when I got sentenced, I actually ended up getting 31 to life because they gave me 3 additional years for that, for doing that. So like that's kind of, me and Bo was on one. So I get sent to Tracy. Big No Love is my cellie. I go in the cell with him. You got to do 10 days on before you can run around, 10 working days. And then you go to a committee and that committee will approve you to move around, but you haven't had your full classification yet. So I do 10 days on that. And then we start popping in a different, going out to the concrete yard and shit like that. And so one day me and No Love walking outside and we look up and we see Bo standing in the window like giving it up. And we was like, what the fuck? And that was kind of how I found out that Bo was even there. It was me and No Love on our way outside. And so it bothered me during that interview with you that there was a portion where it was like, yeah, I had to take X outside and like, there's too much time for you to. And I just was disturbed by that a little bit, but not enough for it to be nothing. It wasn't nothing. But it just was, I was on my way outside when I saw Bo up there. So I think politically, the proper way to communicate that is that people remember shit different. And I remember.
They have different vantage points, the odyssey or recollection,
Yeah, man, it is what it is. Me and No Love was walking outside, and that's how we saw Bo up there doing his 10 days. He just got there. We had been there for, I don't know, maybe a month or so, because it was September when he got there, I believe, or I know we was together in that cell for a little over a month before they moved him to the dorms, and then they sent me to New Folsom. So like it was, that's how I remember the story.
And the reason I wanted to give you the floor to clear that, because we talked about it when that interview came out. You know what I mean? And from my vantage point, I didn't hear it like how, I don't know if it was intended, but you know what I'm saying? But then when you told me, like, bro, my memory of that is different. You know what I'm saying? And the way it's being said as if, it's presented like it's trying to minimize me. You know what I mean?
I did feel like there was an attempt to, I don't believe that Bo was doing that intentionally, though. Like I said, that's the way he remembered the story. But what I saw was that the way people were receiving it, they were using that to legitimize trying to hate on me.
Exactly.
And I didn't like that. And I'm very conscious of not creating opportunities. See the difference between me and a lot of people? I happen to believe that Garden Block got some of the dopest niggas in the history of the earth. I think that, I know we train to go where I'm from. And so I'm never going to create a circumstance where I put or label something that one of mine is doing to where it's going to be less than G. If I got something to say about it, that's not what we gonna do. So I'm definitely not gonna allow some random person with a computer to be able to attack my brother because I'm not conscious of the way that I might be speaking about him. You know what I mean? So ain't nobody had to take me outside, nigga. You know what I mean? first of all, I'm at Tracy. It's headquarters for the NCs. Like if I walk outside, there's 40 guard block Crips outside. It's 40 niggas from Northside Gangsta outside. The San Jose's is outside. The Merceds is outside. I just dropped Exorcist.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going outside. Like, somebody got to take
Right.
X-rated outside because we
Right.
really want to think that. Yeah. So, like, that's just like, you gotta if somebody want to believe that, they gotta literally want to believe it.
Right.
You gotta want to believe.
Yeah, they
that.
already hating anyway. You know what
Me
I'm saying?
and Bo was doing whatever X Rated and Sibo are in a cell together on a yard in Northern California, right?
Yeah.
With 24-year-old CO bitches with ass walking around, right? Nigga bitches getting screamed at by sergeants for being on our door for an hour, out of pocket, body language all crazy.
Yeah.
Our door open, this bitches just posted up at our door.
Yeah.
Getting screamed at. We going to any job we want. Man, we want to work in the kitchen. Me and this nigga in there making pancakes, doing our thing, fending bitches off. Like, nigga, bitch, you can't talk like that in front of these niggas. You know, tell on us like you got to be careful. Bitches out of pocket.
Yeah.
This nigga's on all eyes on me, and I just dropped Exorcist. Like, we shining. It's
hell of a
ridiculous.
time,
you know what I mean? So if somebody don't understand what was cracking, they either ain't never been through nothing to be able to imagine what life would be like to have a SIBO and an X-rated in a cell together in Northern California in 1996. If somebody think we was on some house shit, they extremely confused about what this block shit go for, what it's about.
That's also the end, though. Let me chime in, though, because that's also, and I'm glad y'all are having this conversation because I know you would call me about it, but that's also the internet. Like, I was joking at the beginning of this, but motherfuckers just run with shit on the internet.
They do.